watching UnrealEntGaming. This is Vegeta, the prince of all Saiyans. Make sure you subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and push the like button for me.
Or else you'll be Hakai.
Not Beerus.
You know how this works. Make sure you enable all notifications on the channel and watch the entire video all the way through.
And don't forget to follow UnrealEntGaming on both Instagram and Twitter.
That's enough. On with the video.
With Myrno's patience now beginning to wear thin and the idea of not having the Omni Kings or the Grand Priests show up, and baiting them into action by wiping out multiple Universe 7 warriors all at the same time, with our heroes desperately trying to scramble and figuring out a plan in stopping Myrno, through the assistance of two other universes, that being Universe 6 and Universe 11, multiple universes now stand united against Myrno in their efforts of stopping him, which ultimately begs the million-dollar question on whether or not our heroes could collectively have enough power to take Myrno down for good, or if Myrno is simply going to run roughshod in going through all of them and obliterating them before reaching both the Grand Priest and the Omni Kings. Now, before we dive any further into this video, if you are new to the channel and of course have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball related, including its manga, anime, video games, fan animations, fan mangas, and more, in which would also like to be kept up to date with everything in regards to the Dragon Ball Super manga, the Dragon Ball Super anime, Dragon Ball video games, and any and all additional content within the Dragon Ball universe, then I do encourage you guys to head on over and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to always be notified whenever a brand new video is posted onto the channel, as well as giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys are simply excited to see what the future holds for the Dragon Ball franchise. And with all that being said, I want to thank you all so much for your time, thank you all so much for supporting the channel, and now let's dive straight into the video. As our story opens up with Myrno having to oversee the United Universes standing now against them in battle to protect the multiverse, Myrno doesn't seem to be showing any signs of concern or hesitation, as Myrno went on to comment, "Look at you all. How embarrassing. To watch you all band together like ants to protect your colony makes me want to vomit. But I assume you had this plan the entire time, so go on then. You may all come at me as you'd like. The end result will still be the same." Which was exactly what both Super Saiyan 3 Kefla and Android 35 had done, as Android 35 went on to comment, "Kefla, listen to me. Break fast on the attack." "Got it," Kefla says. "Let's smash his face in." "What do you think, Vegeta?" Goku asks. "Should we go for it?" As Vegeta went on to respond, "By the way things are looking, we have no other choice." "Listen," Goku says, "once we merge, we have to use everything we possibly have to either destroy him or keep him at bay long enough for help to arrive. Anything else and we're dead," Goku says. As when then going back to Android 35 and Kefla, with both of them shown synchronizing their attacks, that's when Myrno went on to ask, "So, the fusions volunteer first, do they? A synchronized attack, is it? You think I'm not aware of what the two of you are planning to do?" "We don't care if you know," says Android 35. "Kefla, break!" As through the middle, Whis was then shown emerging and attacking Myrno by telling him, "Our universes will prevail." But with Myrno then shown stopping Whis' punch by grabbing onto it, he then went on to respond to his brother by telling him, "You are delusional if you think any of you have what it takes to destroy me, Whis. This order was given by the Grand Priest, wasn't it? He instructed you all to band together against me. Now why is that?" "Oh, I know," Myrno says. "It's because he knew that your only chance at survival was to stand united, then fight divided. I'll draw him and those little rats out of hiding sooner or later." But then, as Myrno went on to look on down below, he then went on to spot Vegeta putting on the Potara earring and responding, "Those two, the Saiyans, what are they planning? Wait, but of course," Myrno says. Potara earrings. To where as soon as Kefla, Android 35, and Whis were all shown simultaneously attacking Myrno, they knew they had to keep Myrno at bay as Goku and Vegeta went on to put on the earrings as Kefla went on to shout, "He's not budging! Don't release any of the pressure," Whis says. "Keep attacking him!" There, Vegeta says, "It's on. Listen, this may be our only shot left. So let's hit him with everything we have." But it was clear that Myrno wasn't going to have any of this because Myrno went on to speed blitz right past everyone as Kefla went on to respond, "Hey, he's gone! I didn't even see him move! I'm growing very tired of these fusions and mergers you mortals keep relying on. Let's put an end to it for good." To where as both Goku and Vegeta's bodies were shown coming together, all of a sudden in between them, Myrno had quickly gone on in getting in between them by having to stop their merger and asking, "And just where do you think the two of you are going?" "What the heck?" Vegeta says. "How did he do that?" "He stopped it," Goku responds. "How is he holding our fusion back like this?" "There will be no fusion between you today," Myrno shouts. As the moment he was then shown blowing both Vegeta and Goku away, he then went on to continue, "The mimicry of the divine will not be achieved through your unholy union." In which not only has Myrno prevented Goku and Vegeta from fusing, but at the same time, he had also gone on in completely destroying the Potara earrings by responding, "You are all making this too easy for me. Your emulation of joining bodies has failed, as were all of your efforts in defeating me. I am both the immovable object and the unstoppable force. There is nothing you mortals can do to stop me. However, as for you, my angelic siblings," in which out of nowhere before Vados could perform a sneak attack, Myrno went on to grab Vados by the face by telling her, "You all hold a special place in my heart of hatred for you. Where was this fearsome loyalty when I needed you the most? Nowhere to be found," Myrno says. "Your sneak attacks are only annoying me. Get out of my way, you disgusting heathen." As the moment Myrno was shown tossing his sister away and noticing Mastered Ultra Instinct Beerus making his way towards him, while Vados was falling back, she also had gone on to notice Golden Majin Buu also making his way in, as even Vados went on to put this into question by asking, "Ugh, he felt me approaching him. Hey, what are you doing? Don't!" "Buu going to absorb him," Golden Majin Buu says. "Stand back." As during that moment with Myrno shown punching Beerus away, he then went on to ask him, "Has your will not been broken yet, Destroyer? How many times must I break your body in order for you to learn your place against me?" "You will be a part of Buu," Golden Majin Buu shouts, and with Myrno then shown turning his head, Myrno doesn't seem to be concerned in the slightest, as Myrno went on to ask, "Are you really attempting to absorb me in hopes of containing me within your disgusting body? Let me show you how wrong you are, creature." "Don't do it, Buu! He already knows!" Goku shouts, but it was already too late because even with Golden Buu attempting to absorb Myrno, Golden Buu went on to respond, "I can't move! No!" As it was only then during that moment where Myrno was shown powering up in such a way and blowing Majin Buu into pieces by responding, "What did that fool think he was going to accomplish by attempting to absorb me? What a primitive way of attack. I could never allow myself to be overtaken by such tricks. Disgusting mortal creature. Get this filth off of my body, undeserving weakling. And as for you," Myrno says, "Pride Trooper of the 11th. As up above him, Jiren was shown charging up for a massive attack and looking down at Myrno by telling him, "As long as I am standing to oppose you, I will stop at nothing to see you pay for destroying Lord Belmont along with my fellow Pride Troopers. You and I have some unfinished business to settle, Angel. Your empty threats mean nothing to me, Trooper," says Myrno. "You will fall to me now just as you fell to my clones before." But out of nowhere while Myrno was distracted, Super Saiyan 3 Kefla went on to grab onto Myrno's back by telling him, "Not unless you fall in the process first, ugly. Hurry it up, Jiren," Kefla shouts. "He's breaking my grip. I can't hold him much longer. Launch your attack while I have him. Do it before he breaks free and attacks." Which was exactly what Jiren had done because the moment Jiren was shown launching the attack down, he then went on to shout, "This is for Universe 11. Quickly, Vegeta, Goku says, "Us too. Let's hit him with everything while we can. I'm already on it, Kakarot. Hurry before he breaks through." As with Jiren's attack nearly shown connecting, Goku and Vegeta also went on to fire both the Kamehameha and the Final Flash in a collective effort of merging their attacks as Goku went on to shout, "Something's gotta work here. Let's do it. Full power, Vegeta." "Saiyan woman," Myrno says, "your sacrifice will be forgotten. What did you just say, Kefla asks. Sacrifice? What sacra? You heard what I said, slave, says Myrno. My clones should have killed you when they had the chance, but they were too careless. I, on the other hand, am not. You will stay right where you are, Myrno says. As through the method of paralysis, Myrno had gone on and freezing Kefla in place by telling her, paralyzed where you stand. Your death will come by the hands of the very warriors you trust. You never stood a chance. Now perish in regret, Merno says, as he was then shown teleporting out of the way in between both Jiren and Goku and Vegeta's attacks. With Kefla shown unable to move and being paralyzed, it was only then during that moment where both of these attacks had gone on to smash into her, in ultimately wiping her out where she stood, as Goku went on to shout, Kefla, no! Damn it all, Vegeta says. He baited us into killing her. You spineless coward, Jiren says. You knew what you were doing, didn't you? As before Jiren could even realize it, Myrno was already standing behind Jiren by telling him, of course I knew what I was doing. You didn't think I was going to fall for that, did you? Tell me something, trooper. You wouldn't happen to know where the Grand Minister and the Omni Kings are now, would you? What will it take for me to draw them out of hiding and into this universe, Myrno asks. As he was then shown punching Jiren in the face, he then continues, you were the Omni King's favorite fighter during your little tournament of power that they held, weren't you? Perhaps I'll just smash through their favorite little warrior until they decide to show themselves in the meantime. As with Jiren's body shown flying on down, Margarita quickly went on to catch Jiren by telling him, stay with us, Jiren. I got you. Remember your training, she says. You can't risk facing him in this current state which you are in. Curse him, Jiren says. I will not stand for this mockery anymore. Change of plans then, as even with Android 35 attempting to attack Myrno from behind, Myrno had already gone on to sense this as Myrno went on to comment, and as for you, you've been a thorn in my side since you first decided to stick your nose where it didn't belong, Android. I think it's time you accepted your fate in this world and relinquish your pathetic life for good. This ought to do the trick, Myrno says. It's been a very long time since I had the chance to pull this little rabbit out of my hat. Some of you may be very fond of what's about to happen here, Myrno says. Your existence never had a purpose. Hakai, as it was only right then and there where Android 35 had noticed that his body was then beginning to dematerialize right in front of everybody, as even Beerus went on to ask, that bastard actually knows how to use the Hakai? But how? This can't be happening, Goku says. He's ripping us apart out here. As with one dire call for help before having to be completely erased, Android 35 went on to stick his arm out by shouting, don't let him win! You hear me? Find a way! Whatever it takes, find a way to end him! As it was only then right then and there where Android 35's body was then shown completely dissipating, as Myrno went on to respond, you foolish machine. There is no way. There never was and there never will be. I leave no mistakes behind for my opposition to exploit. Now then, that's 2 for 2. Let's see, how many more cattle are left remaining to be slaughtered? Not many, I see, but still no Grand Priest or Omni Kings to save the day. Let's find out how many of you it will take to die in order for them to finally show up then. As with Myrno shown smiling and getting ready to make his next move, it was only right then and there during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Story of Myrno vs. the Multiverse Manga Chapter number 22 special then comes to a close. Now this is bad, and the reason why this is bad now is because Myrno is starting to pick everybody apart one by one. He's outsmarting them, he's beginning to erase them, all for the sole purpose of simply wanting to torture everyone, while at the same time wanting to draw out both the Grand Priest and the Omni Kings. But with our heroes now beginning to lose their numbers advantage by now having to have Broly die, Gohan die, Piccolo die, Android 35 die, Kefla die, along with many other individuals, the million-dollar question going forward is, even after Myrno had gone on in separating both Goku and Vegeta's fusion and destroying their Potara earrings, what more can our heroes truly do now that their numbers are dwindling? And with the Grand Priest informing the Omni Kings that he would love to speed speed this process up, by the time the Grand Priest arrives, if given the permission, would it already be too late, or will he end up arriving just in the nick of time to save everybody, as of course we are currently working on the next Merno manga chapter, chapter number 23, which should be available on the channel as soon as we end up meeting our like goal, to which right now the like goal for the next manga chapter is going to be 15,000 likes. A really simple like goal to achieve, because all you guys really have to do is click one button, give this video a big fat thumbs up by slapping that like button down below, and that's essentially it. So with that being said, as we are within the climax of the story itself right now is going to be taking an interesting turn for its overall narrative and direction, and with everything now escalating at a much rapid pace than how it was before, I can promise you this much: this is not going to go the way you think, and it's going to include lots of surprises and lots of twists and turns as we're now beginning to near the end of the story. So again, I can't wait to introduce this all for you guys. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all, more importantly, for your patience, because we're constantly redrawing this, we're constantly rewriting this, and I want to make sure to give you guys the best that I possibly can from this story, because once it's done, it's done. So again, thank you all so much for being here. If you guys are new to the channel, then be sure to go ahead and punch that subscribe button and enable all notifications by clicking on the bell icon. That way you guys never miss a single video posted onto the channel. Tune back in for more. Again, don't forget to smash that like button down below, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you down the comment section below and in the next video. Take it easy, guys, and have a great day. Peace!
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
Also follow UnrealEntGaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be dead! Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck's up, on? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Freezer.
Uh-oh.
Prepare to die!
But once you get video, lots of likes, or Bill will turn you into chocolate! Vados, get over here! Tell these mortals that I'm the biggest UnrealEntGaming fan. This is my moment. I'm a part of his notification squad. Universe 7 can have all the fun. I just want the food.
And don't forget to leave a comment on this video. Show some love for the best community on YouTube.
Kakarot!